Hello, everyone. Today I'm joined with Shraddha Patel from Amethyst Physio and Joe Kalea from Pregancy Me on our pregnancy series, helping women cope through pregnancy. And hello, Shraddha. How are you?
Good, Joe. How
That's
are you?
good. Yeah, good. I'm glad we're doing these series. So today we mentioned that we'd be talking about emotional freedom technique, or EFT, tapping, also known as tapping. And it's a way of helping women move or shift their energies, energies that might be holding them back or keeping them down. So it's a way of an easy way, can take anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes, depending on how long you want to do it for. And it's moving that energy away from your body. I know that someone also spoke about emotion or energy in motion, and that's definitely how I see tapping. Would you agree?
Absolutely, Joe. Absolutely. Emotions are not supposed to be stagnant. They're supposed to be in motion. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes they get trapped or stuck. Yeah. And so this is just
That's
a way of pushing them away, keeping them out of your body and maybe out of your mind.
Yes.
And so if we go back to when tapping first started, I think it was from the 1990s, Gary Craig, based on study that was done by Roger Callahan in thought field therapy. And so he's continued that, and now it's just advanced so much now. A lot more people, millions of people are now tapping and can see the benefits of tapping. And I think this is why we decided to also help women who are pregnant to use this as one of their tools whilst they're pregnant. Would you agree?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. Yeah. And it's such a simple tool. That's what I like about it, isn't it?
And you can
so we're going to do
anywhere.
a good demo, right? Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I like, and we're going to do a demo. What I really like about it too, Shraddha, is that it combines, it's a mixture of breathing, meditation, and I guess affirmations all together, while tapping on the mediums on your body. So it's very much the first step to meditation, or learning how to meditate, because you're creating or you're working on all those three things.
Wow. And it's very active, isn't it? You don't have to close your eyes. It's a very active form of meditation, we can say.
That's right. Exactly. That's what I like about it too.
All right. So
got it backed by science as well, haven't you?
Yes, Joe. Yes. Would you like me to go ahead?
Yeah,
with
definitely.
that? Yeah. All right. So here's interesting thing. I came to know about tapping maybe 2 years back, and I don't really take things that easily. And I actually laughed about it and wasn't really sure that it worked until I just one day I had a really bad migraine, and I thought, I mean, come on, let's just try this silly, funny thing, If it works, great. If it doesn't, still, 3 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
I tried, and I was actually, and then I got curious as I was doing it, because I did it straight away after I read an article on Facebook from Mike Mandela, who used it for his fibromyalgia pain.
Wow.
And I thought, okay, 3 minutes, let's do a little more, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I was shocked, because my headache doesn't really go away easily.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes, even after taking Nurofen, they are really bad headaches. So I was surprised, and then I started using more often with my kids sometimes, and then somehow, it's now, I'm using it in my clinic too.
Wow.
But let me talk. So let's just talk a little bit of research that I did and what I found. So there are a lot of great articles on EFT on the net. Okay, but majority of them talks about a portion in our brain which is called amygdala. Now, that little part is almond shape in our midbrain. It's a part of our limbic system which regulates emotions and emotions and behavior. Now, what happens is that there are two things. One is fight and flight response, where there is a threat and you have to be reactive in that situation. You have to simply either run away or fight. And second is, oh my god, just ignore that ring. Yeah, second is rewards and pleasure. Okay, now if you think the life we are living in currently, we don't have that fight and flight anymore. We are not those humans, prehistoric humans, who had to, you know, constantly deal with that such stress. So but currently our tolerance to stress has changed, I think. Or littlest thing can actually increase the cortisol hormone, which is stress hormone, and we actually feel that unpleasantness. Sometimes you don't even feel stress, but we are not happy, you know. We just simply carry this unpleasant behavior, thoughts and emotions. So simply by doing tapping, this hormone reduces. Okay, and at the same time it actually calms your amygdala, which means even if you see the things that you crave, it could be sugar, drinking, smoking, anything, it actually puts you in that logical mode that, you know, yeah, I like it, but I don't need it right now. So it's actually good. So when you're in that unpleasant state, what a lot of people do as a part of their own stress management, they divert themselves to unhealthy habits and behavior. Sometimes it could be simply lying in the bed, or it could be doing things which are not healthy for yourself, you know, not taking charge simply. So okay, so yes, taping helps with your reward and pleasure. It puts you from your emotional to your logical mode. Now, I'll quickly talk about the study that was done by Dr. Peta Stapleton in 2012. And it's not an ordinary research. It was a randomized controlled trial, which is a really good form of research, where she discovered how the group that received the 50 minutes of taping had a significant reduction in their cortisol level. So it's physical. The changes are actually physical.
If I remember that study, the change was something like 43% change in people who
oh my God.
did tapping.
Yes.
So
and
it
that's
was
huge,
quite significant,
isn't it?
compared to the other groups that she also controlled.
And the interesting thing, Joe, is that it's not just feeling happy. It's actually at physiological level the changes happens. So that's very fascinating. Now, so that's all a little piece of information that I wanted to put,
that there's some study behind it. Some scientific study.
Exactly. So yes, Joe, would you like to talk now? Because I think people might be thinking what it's useful for, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it can be used for anything. And like you saw the example of Shraddha, where she's used it for her migraine, but you could also use it for fears or anxiety, sadness, grief, loneliness, any of those emotions that might be limiting you or affecting your behaviour throughout your day. Give it a shot. And like Shraddha did, she said it was only 3 minutes of her life. So let's just try it out. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, it was only 3 minutes. But I think the key to tapping is using it perhaps longer than 3 minutes, maybe trying it for 5 to 10 minutes, and maybe on a daily basis even, or whenever you're feeling those similar thought patterns occurring, give it a go. Just sit there quietly and focus on the affirmations or the statements that are made through the EFT processing. And you can just use what works for you. And there is a format of how to use it. So you'll
That's right.
see in Shraddha's demonstration, we'll go through a really simple format that you could use now. And we're offering this as a gift to all our viewers, something that they can use right away. It's free and it works, or it can work. So over to Shraddha.
Yes, thanks, Joe. Yes. So, and yes, remember all the stuff that Joe mentioned, all sorts of emotions. And on top of that, all the physical stuff where you have difficulty controlling, either it's food habits or any other behavior. So,
Oh, that's
yeah, so
interesting.
it's, eating habits,
So like
It could
emotional
be
eating.
exactly emotional eating or craving for food which are not really healthy sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
yeah.
great.
All right. So the format is something like this, where it starts with acknowledging. And interestingly, nowadays, now I see the children, they're learning in the school about feelings. I feel this, that, they learn to draw faces. But I don't remember learning this when I was in school.
No,
So probably our generation, Joe, never
yeah,
knew how to
amazing.
express or acknowledge or accept. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the basic of EFT. You accept that, yes, I'm going through this. And then you become a proactive. What can I do about it? It's all about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to choose today nausea because
Great.
that's pretty common in pregnancy, right?
You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to start now tapping, all right?
Okay.
And I'll start from karate chop point, and then I'll move on to the facial points.
I think just before we start, Shraddha, maybe we should just let people know that because of COVID, make sure your hands are clean before you touch your face.
Oh my God, that's so right. Yes,
So,
please, guys, wash your hands before
wash
you
your
do
hands
tapping.
before you touch your face.
Yes, because we're going to touch the faces. Yeah. Now, so this is for nausea, EFT for nausea, okay? And EFT is emotional freedom technique, which we are using right now for nausea that most pregnant women feel, right? Especially in first trimester.
Yeah.
So it starts like this. Even though I feel nauseous, I choose to acknowledge that this phase does end. It is not about when will it end, but how best I can manage this process till it ends. Even though I'm sorry, I'm going all around, but yes, there is no such sequence. So even though food is not sitting well at the moment, it's important to feed myself and hydrate myself, and I choose to do so. Even though I don't feel like moving around at the moment, I choose to accept that this too shall pass. I choose to focus my attention on all the other great possibilities that can help me. All these worries, all this nausea and tiredness, all those past memories, all the future worries. Oh well, I choose to stay in the present moment. I'm safe. I'm okay. And if I need help, I choose to seek support of people who care for me. So this is how it sounds like, guys. Okay, you may have noticed that sometimes as I talk, my hands were going all around. But I want to mention that the tapping points are the karate chop point, above the eyebrows, corner of the eye, under the eye, under the nose, chin, and the collarbone, under the collarbone. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sharing that,
Yeah.
Shraddha. I think that's an important message to
I
get
think it
out
was,
there.
yeah. And it was quick, actually.
Yeah,
But,
and
yeah.
if they can determine how long they'd like to sit there and do the tapping until it clears is probably just a good a timekeeper. Once you start feeling better about what you're doing, then that's more than enough. But I think for people who may not have family, parents or brother or sister or anyone that they can contact, just remember that there are other organisations out there that they can contact, you know, Beyond Blue. So beyondblue.org.au helps people with any mental health issues. There's panda.org, and that's for perinatal anxiety. There's positivebirthmovement.org. They're a global network where women can share their stories or expertise and the positiveness of childbirth. And lastly, another one that I like is the Centre of Perinatal Excellence, and they're called cope.org.au, and it's all about becoming a parent. So you're not alone. Don't ever feel that you are alone. Reach out, make contact, learn, and this too will pass. And hopefully by the end of it, you'll have a wonderful, happy experience.
Yes, that's right. Yes. So that was all about our EFT. But before we finish, Joe, I want to mention one more thing again, that whenever you do EFT, as you are tapping, I want you to start with mentioning that even though I feel, and pour everything right now, whatever you're feeling. Right now, it's hard actually for me even to think back 6 years back and how bad nauseous I was. But whatever your feelings are, is that weakness in the body, is that fatigue, is that desire not to even get out of the bed, is that a feet swelling, whatever it is, pour it out. Your feelings are meant to come out. If you keep it there, it will become like a stagnant water. That energy is not helpful. Pour it out as you talk, and then move towards your brain that gives you suggestion, ideas. Move towards that proactivity, you know.
Yeah, the solution to help yourself.
Right. That's right. Yes. So
love it.
Hope it helped. Yeah.
Thanks again, Shraddha, for joining us today. I learned a lot from your talk on EFT, and I hope everyone else has found it just as valuable. So thanks again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joe. Yes. It was a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. And bye, everyone.
Yes. Bye for now.
Bye for now.